Hey besties, welcome back to the channel. Make sure you grab your wine, your water, or your rolling tray, or whatever you need to tune in with me. I'm gonna hit this blunt one more time. I'm gonna sip this cup one more time. I'm gonna take this shot one more time. It's like today I have some things to get off my chest about Chrissy Teigen, okay? And this has been a highly requested video like since months ago when the first round of tweets were going around and everything. Like when she first started deleting things, people were asking me, but I just had a feeling to wait and see how things play out before I make this video. And I was right. Today I'm drinking out of my skull head, not a wine glass, just because why not? Sweating a little bit because it's cold, but how cute, right? I know, I'm right. Honestly, I don't even know where to start with this girl. Like Chrissy, crispy heathen. That's what we're gonna call her for the rest of the crispy heathen, because that whoa. I always had a weird feeling about Chrissy Teigen, and this was like way like when her and John first started dating. He was like bringing her around on the scene. It was just like there's something off about this chick. Like I could not place it, but she started to like win me over like with her trolling like on Twitter, because it seemed like she just didn't care. Like people would say things to her and like she always had like, you know, a clap back. Like she was just always on Twitter. Just she seemed the most relatable out of like celebrities during that time or whatever. At the same time, that's what got me warmed up to her. It was the same thing that made me not like her. Like she was almost a little too relatable. Like she was trying to be relatable instead of just being relatable, you know? And she's admitted this herself, that like she's a super tryhard. She has admitted that she is an attention seeker and that like she's done anything that she can to try to fit in or appear more relatable to people. I've always been open about like how weird I thought she was and like the vibes that I got from her, and people be like, oh, but she literally just minds her business, she does nothing. I don't care. I'm just one of those people, like when I get a vibe, I get a vibe, and my vibe is usually never wrong. So the only time things go wrong is when I don't listen to my gut and I just like, oh no, it's nothing, it's okay. That's when the problems happen. So no, I was right. And today we are going to talk about the 60,000 tweets that she deleted. Not all 60,000, because clearly we don't have access to them because she deleted them. But thanks to the internet, nothing is ever really deleted, is it? And the Chrissy like hate exposed train, it left the station a while ago. When the height of Pizzagate was going on, people started looking back at her tweets because there was a doctor version of the flight logs out and Chrissy and John were on them. What I need people to realize, if Chrissy was on the flight logs, she would have had to be a teenager at that point. Chrissy's not that old. So like if Naomi Campbell was actually there and she was younger, Chrissy would have had to have been one of the young models being, you know, trafficked or something. And if that is the case, then we know how people who have overcome like trauma and stuff like that love their abuser. So maybe she was one of the models that was like in that circle, and that's how her and John even met and things like that. Because we're gonna get on John, because y'all swear John Legend is so like, oh my god, he needs to divorce her. I can't believe, I wonder how embarrassed he is to be married to her. Y'all really don't know these people. Like, I mean, I don't know them personally, but like y'all really do not know these people. So if you've seen my other videos, then you know how I feel about the Clintons. Go watch my What Really Happened to the Olsen Twins video. Watch my Alice in Wonderland video. Just if you haven't seen my conspiracy theory videos and stuff like that, go watch them. YouTube already doesn't really like this type of content, and like I just keep pushing it. So if you guys can like direct yourselves to the old videos, get caught up, come back and have this conversation, you will understand why her tweets are really sus. And I've seen, you know, other YouTubers, people that y'all love to tag inside of my comments all the time, talk about this exact situation, because again, everybody was tagging me and it wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. Per usual, because nobody likes to talk about the real things. It's always, oh well, I don't know if she's a part of, you know, this conspiracy. I don't know if there's really conspiracies. No, we're not doing that. Yeah, no, I don't have time for all of that sugarcoating, and no. Sis is down, and I'm gonna let you know how I know that she's down. So again, she might not have been on the flight logs, but she is well connected in those circles. So in my last video, you guys said that you like these rant style videos, so that's what I'm doing today. I really don't have bullet points, outlines, none of that today. I'm gonna look at these tweets with you guys while I'm talking to you right now. I'm gonna look them up, we're going to go through them, and I'm going to give y'all my Shelby insight. So first I want to start with, like, just to get it out of the way, because it's really not the most important part of this video, and a lot of people were like basing their videos around this. And yes, it's sad, you know, boo-hoo, she was bullying people back in the day. A lot of these celebrities, they're not who you think they are. They have old Twitter accounts, they have old tweets, they were trolls. a lot of them complain and cry about getting trolled all the time, but that's what they were doing when they were regular people, because that's what you do. Most of you may know, or might even just be clicking this video because of the whole Courtney Stoughton, I hope that's her name, situation, where Chrissy was like bullying her years ago and like telling her to become unalive, for lack of a better word. Just really going in on this 16, 15-year-old at the time. One of the tweets that Chrissy sent to this girl says, "What drugs make you do that with your mouth? Asking for a friend who really wants to know how to look like an idiot. Thanks." Then she asked her, "Do you have a family?" In addition to her bullying Courtney like on a regular, like every time she was like on television, she also made a tweet about Lindsay Lohan and was like, "Lindsay adds a few more self-harm marks when she sees Emma Stone." As we can just see, like, she's a nasty person. Like, who just says these things? Like, for what? Why you did that? And like, yeah, we have to keep in mind that these were from 2011, so she was like in her early 20s, whatever, but girl, no, you were old enough to know better and to not be trolling people like this. For what? Especially someone who cries so much about people trolling them and being mean to them, and they're like, girl. If you saw my cuties video, then you already know how I feel about Toddlers and Tiaras, Dance Moms, the kid drag shows, any of that content where they're exploiting children and the parents are just sitting around acting like this is okay and this is cool, like just getting paid because their kids are being exploited. I'm cool. Like, Chrissy was clearly an avid fan of Toddlers and Tiaras, and all she did was tweet about it. So let's read some of her tweets about this show. "Seeing little girls do the splits half naked is just, I want to put myself in jail. Hashtag Toddlers and Tiaras." I'm sorry, what? And like, I've seen people like try to spin this like, oh, well, she's saying that it's so bad that she wants to put herself in jail for what? No, no, no. She was an avid watcher of this show. Like, this is something she watched every week and she tweeted about it every single time she was watching it. It was not something that she just like was clicking through and was like, oh, this is weird. Like, I should be in jail for even like watching this. Like, no, no. Saw nothing wrong with these things. And we're gonna keep going. In one of the seasons, they ended up putting a boy in the pageant. This was Chrissy's reaction to that. "A little boy in the pageant now? Finally, some eye candy for me." Again, even if in some world she was joking a little bit, she's fully aware that there are weird-ass old men watching these pageants, and women watching these pageants, looking at these little girls as eye candy. And you somehow felt out of place this whole time watching it because there were no little boys? Next, some dude on Twitter said, "What does a guy wear to a Toddlers and Tiara party?" First of all, sir, why are you going to a Toddlers and Tiara party? Why are your grown-ass friends hosting toddler and tiara parties? I mean, unless you have a child, your child should be the only one dressed up. And even then, what is the I don't like it. Chrissy retweeted his tweet and said, "Should a belly on a shirt?" I'm pretty sure she means belly shirt. A belly shirt with a small sexy toddler on it saying number 1. Duh. So you admit that you think toddlers are sexy? You think that sexy toddlers exist? I've never once, not once, looked at a child, no matter how they were dressed, no matter what their parents were doing, like no matter what was going on, and said, "That's a sexy kid right there." What? Y'all was really standing this chick too, like standing Chrissy Teigen. Like, and you would think that's it, right? You would think, we would hope that that's all she could say to, you know, make us feel uncomfortable about the way she views children. Here she goes. "I just saw a baby that looked like a porn star. Like, trashy do anything porn star. Is this wrong to think?" Yeah, what? And this was from 2009. I don't even know how old Chrissy was because I was in 9th grade, so I mean, whatever. But again, still old enough to know better than to be saying stuff like this. Is this wrong to think? Another sus tweet that she had about kids is this one. "Oh man, I confused doubt with notes on a scandal. Man, I wanted to see grossness between a hot teacher and kid. Man, oh man." For those of you who don't know, Notes on a Scandal is a movie from 2005, I believe. And I'm just gonna read you what it's about. A veteran teacher at St. George's senses a kindred spirit in Sheba Hart, the school's new art teacher. The younger woman's charisma intensely draws in the older, and the two become friends. Then Barbara learns of Sheba's affair with a teenage student and becomes the keeper of the explosive secret. So basically, Notes on a Scandal is about a teacher falling in love with a student and having a whole affair. The movie that she actually ended up watching that she was disappointed wasn't Notes on a Scandal, was Doubt. It's about like the church, and like these nuns suspect that like the priest is spending too much time with like one of the kids, and like it's stuff like that, but like it's not romanticized the way it is in Notes on a Scandal. So yeah, you're disappointed that you ended up watching a movie where they were trying to actually take down the predator and you wanted to see the movie where the old lady was in love with the student. Got you, Chrissy. Got you. Yeah, want to talk about pizza? You already know what time it is. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's about to get real when I like the oregano, okay? So like, while I am a deep believer in the Pizzagate conspiracy and all of that stuff, I don't believe that every celebrity that has ever posted about pizza was like involved. Are a lot of them? Yes, but I don't think that every time someone has ever mentioned a pizza that they are now a part of like some elite trafficking ring, especially because we've all been programmed to like think that we love pizza so much and that like you don't realize how much it was pushed. Again, go watch the Mary-Kate and Ashley video, their song, the Pizza Party song. If you remember that song, then you were programmed. When everybody was bringing up the Chrissy Teigen is probably in Pizzagate, you know, all that stuff, I was really trying to give her the benefit of the doubt because again, like I said, she was young when the flight logs happened. But doesn't mean that she's not involved in the whole, you know, gate. She posted in 2013. I'm specifying that this was 2013 because that's when she married John. We gonna get on John, okay? She posted, "I'm going to jail over pizza." Yes, yes. Oh, well, she just means she loves pizza so much she'll go to jail over it. Like, no, I need y'all to not be so dense. I really need us to put on our thinking caps because as someone who loves pizza, it was never that real. It's just like, what made you say that? This is the time when Obama was president and they were spending a lot of time at the White House and with Obama and Hillary and like, you know, like that little group. John is good friends, and when I say good friends, I mean the best puppet that they could have. They're not friends with anyone. They're like, they just use the artists that they can like get people to, you know, gravitate towards, and John does that. Like, he has one of those faces and that voice and just makes you want to listen, you know. That's why it was so easy for people to fall in love with Chrissy despite all of the bullshit that she was doing in the past, because they were like, oh well, if John sees something there, we got it. No. So you just married a celebrity, now you're in the circles of the same people that used to sit on Twitter all day talking shit about, and you're going to jail over pizza. Here's another one. "I woke up this morning with a pizza on my chest and ranch dressing all over me. So if you think I'm too good for this, you are sadly mistaken." That one, if you really like thinking dirty, then like, yeah. And if like you know the code words, then it's kind of weird to hear it in that context. I'm not gonna lie. Both of these tweets are from March 2nd, 2014. I'm specifying the date and the times right now because this one was at 1:05 a.m. She said, "I want pizza." An exclamation point. This is at 10:22 p.m. later that day. She said, "Brad Pitt just handed us pizza." The second tweet with Brad Pitt was tweeted at the very moment when he gave them pizza. This was at 10 o'clock p.m. They were at the Oscars. He did actually physically hand out pizza. But this group of people are all with the weirdness. Ellen was right there the whole time. They throw these things right in our faces and then they make us think this is normal. So then when they're talking about it, because we saw the emails, there was no reason for the presidents, the VP to be sitting around sending emails about pizza and hot dogs and things at 1 o'clock in the morning. There was just no reason. They didn't make sense in the context that it was in. Hey, did you leave this pizza at my house? And if you don't know what I'm talking about the WikiLeaks. Hillary, John Podesta, Obama, like all of their emails, you know, all that stuff. So again, I can understand this little section right here, you know, getting debunked because of the actual Oscars, like them handing out pizza. But here's a tweet where Chrissy said, "I now know what parents go through when they are forced to tie their kids up in the basement. You have to do it, but it's icky. Am I right?" What do you have to do? When, as a parent, do you have to tie your kid up in the basement? I understand like why you might have to put your kid on timeout, why you might have to put him in a room, why like even tie them up in the basement. Why? And why did you feel that? That was 2011. Chrissy didn't even have kids back then. I think Luna was born in like 2016. Girl, why can you relate to that? And whose kids were you babysitting that you wanted to tie them up, put them in the basement? Then she says, "I'm about to Anthony Weiner this kid." Y'all know who Anthony Weiner is? Honestly, I'm not even going in right now, but all of Hillary's emails that were supposedly deleted, they were on Anthony Weiner's laptop under like this little thing called life insurance, and he had the T on everybody. Like so go research Anthony Weiner. He's a convicted sex offender, like known for having inappropriate acts and pictures and stuff with children on his laptops and all his things. what exactly do you want to do to this kid? Like, I'm confused, Chrissy. Like, yeah, see, like, even in this video, I'm trying to make it make sense. I'm trying to piece where, like, some things could be conspiracy, where some things are wrong, but she's making it really hard. Like, what part of his life is interesting to you? And, like, okay, now, away from the pizza stuff, if all of that isn't alarming enough for you, she has literally admitted to cannibalism. Wanting to try it, or maybe have already done it, like, who knows, right? But she said, out of her own Twitter fingers, if you said eat this one bite of human and you can eat any other meat for the rest of your life, or Chrissy, you can eat turkey forever, I'd eat human. There's no scenario where I'm eating a human. Like, literally nothing you could offer me is going to make me want to eat another human. Like, have you ever had a piece of chicken and, like, you bit into the skin and it just felt a little too skinny? Like, not skinny like as in skinny, but like too much skin, like you could just taste it. Or like, oh, like ham, like pork. Like, do you know how close, like, our skin and, like, just the insides, that's why, like, they can do, like, transplants and stuff with pigs and, like, humans and stuff. Like, it's just too, like, she's just too comfortable with, like, just coming out and saying that she would eat a human. And if y'all don't know, there is a website for a private restaurant in California, and it has human meat. There have been people that came out about celebrities and their cannibalism. And if we look at Lady Gaga, Marina Abramović, Katy Perry, the way they're romanticizing Hannibal Lecter and stuff like on Netflix, they are trying to just get you into the mindset of it's okay to eat humans, and really not. Talking about eating humans, here is a post that I shared 27 weeks ago to my I Don't Miss highlights on my Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is Storm Ellimac, and I keep all of my I Don't Miss things that I spot in the industry, or just anything that I'm seeing on TV that I think people need to be paying attention to. It's in my highlights. It is an eyeball and it says I don't miss. Stood out to me because, first of all, they're doing the heart symbol and the pinkies on their hands are like throwing up the devil horns on the two opposite sides. It's already weird, like, just the throwing up of the heart, and, like, we know, like, that the double hearts, like the little girl lovers logo, and it's like, they'll just be doing a lot. They teamed up with McDonald's. They were promoting something. We already know, well, I would hope that you guys know that McDonald's has been investigated and have found human meat in McDonald's. Do with that information what you want. Here's another weird tweet. I like to add a pinch of baby powder to the flour when I fry chicken so it smells like tender toddler booty when the warm grease slides over my lips. Is this real? No, no way she said that in 2020 in the height. No, hell no. In the height of all of this going on? I don't think so. If she did, that's crazy. But we're gonna put a big allegedly on that one just because of the date. Yeah, I don't, now this was her. She said, skinny drink light, which was like a play on Pedialyte for kids, you know, whatever. Again, distasteful. Just shut up, girl, shut up. Let's read some of her responses to, like, people on Twitter, right? Someone said, kind of weird that she's getting so defensive about it. If other people have to answer the law, Chrissy Teigen and John Legend are not above it. She said, this I don't get. Everyone thinking I'm guilty because I'm defensive. You understand you're calling me a right? But, like, you understand you tweeted these things, right? Like, you understand this came out of your mouth, right? You understand that you're friends with a bunch of, right? Okay. The bigger question for me is, why are people checking to see how many tweets from another person have been deleted? Is your time that invaluable? She replied, they're losers. Girl, you were the one spending your whole early 20s on Twitter bullying people and tweeting about shows that you were watching on your couch. Are we serious? But we're losers for pointing out that you have a history of weird behavior. Someone here said, some celebrities have been very busy since Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested. Chrissy Teigen, why did you delete over 28,000 tweets yesterday? Chrissy responded, I actually deleted 60,000 tweets because I cannot stand you idiots anymore and I'm worried for my family. Finding me talking about Toddlers and Tiaras in 2013 and thinking you're some sort of effing operative. I really don't like this chick. First of all, who helped you delete these tweets? Because Twitter was in on it. In order for you to, like, mass delete tweets and all of that stuff, Twitter helped her do that. And it's crazy because Twitter will block Donald Trump, block all the truth seekers, block all of, like, you know, everybody who's exposing things real quick, but we're gonna help this girl delete evidence. I mean, whatever. They're all one and the same. And now I said I would talk about John. We're getting on him, period, okay? Like I said, John Legend has been really good friends with Hillary Clinton since the beginning of time, okay? This picture is old. I don't even know what year this was, but it's clearly an old picture. Like, here she is petting him like the good little puppet that he is. Here's him and Chrissy at some Clinton rally, and they're posing with fans with a cutout of Hillary. Gets better. Here they are with Harvey Weinstein. All smiles. Bestie besties. Everybody knows what Harvey Weinstein was into. And I hate when the celebrities, after the person is going down and they're getting all the heat and everybody turned on them, then it's like, oh my gosh, I don't deal with them. I denounced them and blah, blah, blah. No, please. That was your bestie. Keep nuts. Stop it. This picture is just weird. It gave me weird vibes. Like, I was not feeling it. Like, and I know it's like Halloween and like, but they take any opportunity they can to be the devil, okay? And yeah, she's Maleficent, blah, 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 evil. They got the kids. Of course, they got the black and white. It's just giving me weird vibes, okay? While we're on Halloween, let's talk about Luna's first Halloween. Let's talk about the choices in costumes. Here we have Luna dressed up like Alice from Alice in Wonderland. MK Ultra programming. And I know you'd be like, why would they do that to their own kids? This is Hollywood. If y'all still don't know what these people be doing with their kids. Costume number 2 is Luna as a hot dog. Why? I mean, yeah, cute, but Alice in Wonderland and hot dog. It's just, I don't know, man. And then of course we have this.
Day will eat all day. Mama loves you. She will go crazy as she days. Okay, Mama's gonna put you to bed. Mama loves you as much as she loves all the dead. All the dead. All the people are red or dead. Red or dead. Red or dead. All the people are red or dead. Red or dead.
Then there's this infamously weird picture of her with their son. Yeah, she's like, please move, mommy's trying to be thirsty. And it's like, the problem wasn't her being naked around her kid like people try to make it like, I mean, that's her kid, came out of her, like exactly where he is. Like, so it's just like, why'd you feel the need to post that? Like, you're sexualizing yourself with your child in front of you. You know that people were looking at this picture like not the same way that you, like, it's just a lot of things that she does that are just so questionable. And it's like, we also have John connected to Marina Abramovic in the Heaven. I don't know if it was a play or just an art exhibit. I don't know what that was. I refuse to watch any of her spirit cooking stuff. Just anything that her name is attached to, I'm cool on it. So if you don't know, that is Lady Gaga's mentor and the reason that she's batshit crazy. I mean, aside from all the trauma and drama in her life, but yeah, she pretty much turned her out. Yeah, look up Marina Abramovic and look up spirit cooking and more about all of the symbolism and the things that we see in these music videos and what these celebrities try to pass off to you as art. They're really rituals. It's really spirit cooking. It's really a lot of dark cannibal stuff going on. Like Lady Gaga wearing that meat dress. Marina. Like, at this point, do we know if that was human flesh or not? Yeah, I think that might be all I have for you guys with this topic. I waited as long as I could, gathered as much as I could, and that was pretty much how I feel about it. You guys wanted it, so you got it. So yeah, open discussion per usual in the comments. Let me know how you feel about the tweets, if you think that she is a part of, you know, the gate, and how you feel now with the evidence that I have presented. So yeah, I won't drag this out any longer. If you made it this far to the video and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing? Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and tell a friend to tell a friend to come watch my videos. I love you guys so much. I will see y'all in my next video. I'm gonna hit this one more time.